All right, guys, we've officially reached the halfway point of 2025 already. Crazy to even think about. As always, we're going to be going through my favorite albums of the year so far. I know a lot of people seem to think that it's not as great as a year as it was last year, and to be fair, last year was like one of the best years in recent memory. Maybe the mainstream hasn't been as big on releases, but if you look hard enough, you're going to find a lot of great stuff. So just here to recommend some stuff for you guys if you've not heard some of these already. So let's get into it. And keep in mind for this list, there's no like number order. I pretty much just went off of months in which these albums were released. First up, Mr. Bad Bunny, who came through with a record that I think really is in honor of his culture and Puerto Rico, really embracing all of the sounds from there. And yeah, in my opinion, this is far and away Bad Bunny's best record. FKA Twigs, EUSEXUA. Not my favorite from Twigs, but in terms of art pop goes, you're not going to find many albums this year that are going to be better than this. And I think Twigs this time around was embracing a lot more club sounds and a lot of like Y2K dance era stuff. There's a lot of people doing that sound right now. It's pretty popular, but I don't think anyone's touching Twigs in terms of quality. So yeah, another great effort from her. Miller Balloonerism, rest in peace. Just another really great posthumous record from Mac Miller, which is rare to get great posthumous albums, but I think his estate has just done a wonderful job making sure what is put out from him, you know, really honors his legacy. Balloonerism is taken from the era in between watching movies and Faces, and I think you hear a lot of the sounds from both those records on here. It's a little bit of rap. It's very psychedelic too. So it's a mix of those and some singer-songwriter stuff that I think Mac would go on to do with stuff like Swimming. The lyrics are pretty dark at points, especially, you know, post him passing away. The lyrics on here definitely hit a little bit harder, but yeah, great record, man, great record. Then we have Ethel, Cain, Perverts. She does have like another actual album coming out this year. This is technically an EP, but it's freaking an hour and 30 minutes long, so like, you know, that's more than most albums length. And this is like a straight up drone record. It's an ambient drone record. There are some songs in between that are more like traditional singer-songwriter tracks. But yeah, this was just like a really dark experience to listen to. You have to be in a mood to listen to it for sure. But the few times that I have gone back to it this year, I've really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, and excited for the new Ethel Cain record coming out very soon. The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow. Yeah, a solid end to the trilogy. For fABLE. Not my favorite in the trilogy, but this thing is loaded still with some of the best songs of his career. It has more highlights than lowlights to me. Another really good 80s pop filled record from Weeknd. One of the best mainstream releases regardless this year. So yeah. Ooh, Rebecca Black, Salvation. Yes, that Rebecca Black. The Rebecca Black that made Friday. Okay, God, can we move on? It's been so long because she's been putting out solid music for a while, man. And I was just really impressed with how like daring this record was for a pop record. My only issue with it is it's a little short. It's only like 7 or 8 tracks. Wish it was longer, but for the tracks that are on here, there's really not one I don't enjoy. It's very like Sophie influenced, which I love, and her vocals are like actually really impressive. So yeah, do not sleep on the Rebecca Black record. One of the better pop albums I've heard this year. Lady Gaga, MAYHEM. Speaking of really solid pop records in the mainstream this year, the first 7 tracks on this thing are just some of the best pop songs I've heard this year, and really like the best start to a record I've heard in a while. I do think in the second half it's a little bit hit or miss, but you know, that first 7-track run of pop tracks is so good, I don't really care all that much. Yeah, and like Gaga back to classic Gaga form here. Solid effort from her. Deafheaven, Lonely People with Power. This is I guess I would describe this as like an art metal record. The vocals are very heavy, but there's also some really gorgeous moments throughout as well. So, I mean, if you're not like a big metal fan, I'd give this a listen because it's a super artistic metal record. Saba and No ID from the private collection of Saba and No ID. I kind of feel like this, in terms of hip hop records this year, didn't really get appreciated enough. I know the rollout kind of came fast for it, but I've been going back to this thing throughout the year, and I think it's easily the best thing Saba has done since Care For Me, and the No ID beats are really freaking good. And Saba's sounding hungry, man. Great features as well. So yeah, it's one of the best hip hop albums of the year, I think. Speaking of really good rap records, Clipping, Dead Channel Sky, which sees them really embracing like electronic more than ever. And concept as always from Clipping that still I'm gonna have to like get many listens into this record to really try to piece it together, but cool concept is from them as always, and just like a cool blend of rap and electronic music. Backxwash, Only Dust Remains. I guess the genre I would describe this is like rap with like a mix of some punk thrown in there. There's a lot of synths and like string arrangements throughout this record. It's very hard to pin down, I think, in terms of sound. But I will say, like, lyrically, this is some of the darkest and heaviest writing I've heard on the album all year. It is a tough listen lyrically, for sure, but it's also filled with, I think, a lot of beauty and a lot of hope, too. Fantastic record. Ooh, then we have Spelling, Poster of My Heart, which I'm kind of confused isn't getting as much love. I mean, listen, I know her last record was amazing, and while I don't prefer this one over it, I just don't see this one getting as much love as that one did for some reason, because I still think it's really freaking good. As always, her vocals are enchanting. They're whimsical. But this time around, Spelling is really given a little bit more of rock flair, which I think sounds really good over her vocals. Then we have Japanese Breakfast for Melancholy Brunettes and Sad Women, of course. Yeah, we waited a while for a new Japanese Breakfast album. And Michelle, this time, going a little bit more folk, even some country influence throughout. But the writing is still really great, and the vocals are sweet, too. Don't prefer to the Jubilee, but still really good. Oh, man. Jane Remover-Revengeseekerz. I don't even know how to even describe or even how to talk about this record. It's just, it sounds like it came from another planet. It's like... it's a mix of like hip hop, if you could even call it that, electronic, digicore, I don't know. But what I do know is this album is loud as hell and aggressive as hell and really will pump you up. And Jane also just has so much personality and so many like hilarious lines and one-liners throughout it. And just one of the most interesting produced albums I've heard all year. And she produced it all herself. So yeah, this is easily like at the top of my favorites for the year, man. Black Country New Road, Forever How Long, the band coming back together, first album without the lead member Isaac Wood, and it didn't really matter. Even though I love Isaac, what the band has going now, I think is still just as good, really. The storytelling on this album is impressive, and the ladies are now doing a lot of the vocal bagging here, and they sound great. Writing's great, and the production is still freaking phenomenal. The horn work is phenomenal. So, yeah, Black Country New Road, not going anywhere soon. Ooh, Bon-Iver, Sable, fABLE. This is, I think, Bon-Iver's best album since Forever Ago. And on it, Justin is really getting soulful, man. Like, this is a soul album, but done in, like, Bon-Iver, like in a Bon-Iver way. And the writing on it is super peaceful. I think he sounds at peace lyrically on this album. I'll say that. But yeah, such a pretty record, man. Natalia Lafourcade, if you're into like bossa nova, Latin, jazz, give this a listen. Her vocals are phenomenal. Production is so freaking classy. Great Latin record. Gonna be one of the best Latin records of the year. Viagra Boys, kind of self-titled, I guess. One of the better punk albums I've heard this year. It has its moments that go really hard, and then it has like super pretty moments. And lyrically, it's pretty entertaining. I'll say that. It's pretty meta. It's pretty hilarious. It's pretty chronically online, but super enjoyable. The GOAT. What was there to say? PinkPantheress, fancy that. She does not miss. She will not miss. She refuses to miss. Only issue, again, I had with this album is I do wish it was longer, but the bops, the Y2K bops, they hit, man. Billy Woods. Billy has been one of the best rappers on the planet for a long ass time, and here he's doing like a horrorcore thing, and it's definitely fitting for the writing on it, because the writing on it is very dark. So yeah, Billy Woods killed it once again. Kali Uchis, sincerely, I would say this is Kali's best album since Isolation. And she's doing a dream pop thing here. She's doing a dream pop thing, and I think that style really suits her vocals. And I would also say this is Kali's most personal album as well. I would have never expected Miley Cyrus to ever be on like album of the year list for me, but she has defied all odds, because I've never been a Miley Cyrus fan. And she put out an album that is maybe my favorite pop album of the year. One of my favorite produced albums of the year. The production on this album is so layered, it's so well put together. It's stunning production wise, but like also vocally, Miley's always had the chops vocally. But she sounded better than ever here, and some of her best writing too. So yeah, and her most daring too. Easily the most risk she's ever taken with the project. Model actress Pirouette. I guess I would say this is like art punk. Yeah, it's kind of like art punk. It's got a lot of cool combinations of like electronic too, and like dance pop kind of. It's a combination of all that stuff, and I love the lead singers of this group's vocals as well over this stuff. So yeah, underrated one this year in my opinion is Rico Nasty Lethal. Just nothing but bangers on here, man, and it's easily the most Rico has ever dove into like punk and rock music, which has always been a style that's complemented her well, but I think she's really going all in here on it. Yeah, just bangers on bangers on bangers, man. And she also has some like the classic sugar rap stuff too. Another underrated one in my opinion, definitely listen to this one if you have not. Mei Semones, I hope that's pronouncing her name right. Animaru, artist out of Brooklyn, New York, I believe. And yeah, she really has a cool blend of rock and jazz, and she switches between Japanese and English. Pretty vocals too. Underrated one from this year, Do Not Sleep. And yeah, I agree, great cover. Key Glock, this is one of my favorite rap albums of the year. I've been going back to this one so much. It is like, if you listen to Key Glock before, you know what you're getting, but this guy, in my opinion, has just some of the best ear for beats in rap currently. The beats on this thing are awesome. And listen, he has a specific style that works for him. McKinley, Dixon, Magic Alive. I'm so mad I did not do a reaction to this video. If there's one album this year I wish I would have reacted to on stream for a video, it would be this one. But this is just like jazz rap at its finest, man. The production on here is like, it's live instrumentation. It's phenomenal. And lyrically, it's poetic. It's well thought out. It has a concept as well. A concept I'm still kind of like digging into, but the basis of it is friends that are trying to, a group of friends that are trying to bring their deceased friend back to life. Yeah, just amazing performances, amazing jazz rap production, maybe the rap album of the year. We'll see what happens. Speaking of really good rap albums this year, Little Sims, Lotus, another person that does not miss. This is 4 fantastic records in a row from Sims. And if you don't know, this time around it is a little bit different because her main producer, Inflow, is no longer working with her, as she is in a ongoing legal battle with him over him stealing millions of dollars from her. But that's important in context of the album because a lot of the writing on here really revolves around Sim's feelings on that and how that affected her. So it does make for one of her most honest records, I think. And also like her most versatile too. You got a lot of different sounds on here. This is like her most UK sounding album. It takes a lot of classic UK sounds, jazz rap as always. There's even like a folk track on here. So yeah, Sims most versatile. And honestly, I could say with the release of this album, I think it kind of solidified Sims, in my opinion, as the greatest UK rapper to ever do it. But that's just me. Winding down here, I think we're close to the end. We have Annahstasia Tether, who may not be familiar to you if you have not heard her, but if you watched Kendrick and SZA's Luther video, she was actually in the video, and she was like Kendrick's love interest in that video. So maybe you do know her, but definitely give it listen to her, to this album. It is maybe the best folk album I've heard this year. She is an impressive writer, and her voice so stand out. She's got like this raspy voice, but it instantly will stick with you. And production is impressive as well. It's been a solid year so far. I know mainstream hasn't been the strongest, but if you look hard enough, there's a lot of great stuff as always. So those are some of my recommendations. I hope you guys check some of those out. And that's pretty much it. If you guys want, you can hit that subscribe button down below. Follow me on all my socials, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. Make sure you join the Discord if you haven't already, and join the Patreon for some exclusive content. See you guys soon.